Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Mukesh English. Friends, in this video, I'm going to summarize a very famous emotional story, Kabuliwala, by Rabindranath Tagore. And this story is a very heartwarming and deeply emotional short story about an unlikely friendship between a little girl, Minnie, and an Afghan dry fruit seller, Rahmed, who is also known as Kabuliwala. This story explores the themes of love, nostalgia, fatherhood, separation, and the universality of human emotions. It takes place in colonial Kolkata, and the story is narrated by Minnie's father, a writer. So, introduction about Minnie. The story begins with the narrator describing his 5-year-old daughter, Minnie, who is an extremely talkative and inquisitive child. She loves to talk, she loves to chat endlessly about so many topics, whether her father is listening or not. She asked many questions about the world around her. For example, she asked about the clouds, she asked about where the crows live, why there is nothing inside the ocean, and many other random thoughts which come to this young mind. The narrator's daughter. One day, the narrator is very busy, who is writing a novel. Minnie burst into his room. She's very eager to share a new discovery because she has seen a Kabuliwala who is walking down the street, and she wants to inform about Kabuliwala's arrival to her father. Both father and daughter are curious and slightly afraid of Kabuliwala. In Bengali households, there is a common superstition that Afghan traders carry away children in their sacks. After hearing such stories, Minnie feels a mix of fascination and fear. So, when the Kabuliwala turns toward Minnie, she screams and runs inside. Her mother, upon hearing about the Afghan man Kabuliwala, her mother warns Minnie to stay away from him. However, the narrator, who is more open minded, does not take these fears seriously. So, the growing friendship between Minnie and Rahmat. Soon after, Minnie sees Rahmat again, and despite her initial fear, she begins to chat, she begins to interact with Kabuliwala. Rahmat, who is a burly man with a long beard and a big turban, he carries a sack on his back selling dry fruits and seasonal goods from Afghanistan. He has a warm and friendly nature. He finds Minnie's chatter amusing, so in this manner, both of them have become friends. Rahmat starts visiting Minnie regularly, and he always brings her dry fruits like resins and nuts. He always joking with her. Thus, a bond is developed between Minnie and Rahmat the Kabuliwala. Their favorite joke is about the concept of in laws. Rahmat, using a phrase from his own culture, he teases Minnie. He says to Minnie, Missy, never go to your in law's house. Minnie, who has no idea about any marriage, etc. So Minnie innocently asks Rahmat if he himself will go to his in law's house, to which Rahmat pretends to punch an imaginary in law, making her laugh. Although Minnie's mother is suspicious of Rahmat, the narrator enjoys watching Minnie and Rahmat's friendship. He notices that Rahmat sees Minnie as more than just a little girl. Minnie reminds Rahmat of his own daughter, whom he has left behind in Afghanistan. So one day, Rahmat's arrest. One day, a serious incident occurs. Rahmat gets into a violent dispute with a local man over an unpaid debt. In a fit of anger, he stabs the man and gets arrested. As the police take Rahmat away in handcuffs, Minnie sees him being escorted through the streets and runs out to call him Kabuliwala, oh Kabuliwala. She shouts. Despite his predicament, Rahmat smiles at her and he responds very playfully. He says, "Hey Minnie, I'm going to my in-laws' house." So indirectly, he refers to the jail, which Minnie doesn't understand. So Minnie does not understand the gravity of the situation, but the narrator watches a heavy heart as Rahmat disappears, has been taken away to prison. This is the part one of the story. Now years go by, and Minnie grows up into a quiet and mature young woman. The once talkative and playful little girl has changed. She is now reserved, focused on her studies, and no longer interested in the childish jokes and the conversations she once had with Rahmat. The narrator also becomes busier with his work and the responsibilities. Life moves forward. Rahmat is forgotten. Nobody remembers Rahmat now. Finally, the day of Minnie's wedding arrives. The day of Minnie's marriage arrives. The house is filled with the festivities, decorations, and the excitement of the occasion. The narrator, as a father, feels a deep mix of joy and sorrow. His daughter, whom he once held in his arms as a child, is about to begin a new life. Now, Rahmat returns. On the day of Minnie's wedding, Rahmat unexpectedly appears at the narrator's house. He just he has just been released from prison after many years and has come to see Minnie. He looks very different. His beard is shabby and his once strong frame has become thinner. He has become very thin. Obviously, he has gone very old now. At first, the narrator does not recognize Rahmat, but when Rahmat introduces himself, the memories flood back. Rahmat asks to see Minnie, but the narrator hesitates. It's her wedding day, and it may not be appropriate for a man from a different background to meet Minnie now that she's grown up. However, Rahmat speaks about his own daughter back in Afghanistan. The narrator is moved. Rahmat takes out a small, crumpled piece of paper with a charcoal handprint on it. It is a tiny handprint of his daughter, the only thing he has left of her. So this is the only one thing which could recall Rahmat about his own daughter. For all these years, for all these years, he has carried he has carried this piece of paper with him as a reminder of the child, as a reminder of his own daughter he left behind. The narrator realizes that Rahmat is not just a seller or a criminal, he's also a father like him, who is longing to see his own daughter. So he is overcome with emotion, and finally, the narrator decides to let Minnie meet Rahmat one last time. So finally, he gives permission to Rahmat that he can meet Minnie last time. Minnie comes out in her bridal attire, but she's no longer the chatty girl Rahmat once knew. She's shy, reserved, and does not engage in playful conversation. When Rahmat jokingly asks her if she's going to her in law's house, she blushes and walks away silently. This moment is a realization for Rahmat. His own daughter must have grown up just like Minnie. She too would no longer be the little girl he remembers now. So, seeing Rahmat's pain and understanding his deep longing for his daughter, the narrator does something which is unexpected. The narrator gives Rahmat some money so that he can return to Afghanistan and reunite with his own child. This decision means that the narrator must cut down on some wedding expenses, but he feels that this act of kindness made his daughter's wedding. This act of kindness has made his daughter's wedding even more meaningful. It's a moment of human connection beyond boundaries of class, nationality, and circumstances. As Rahmat leaves, the narrator watches him go, thinking about how both of them share the same love and the same sorrow of fatherhood. Minnie is stepping into a new life, while Rahmat is finally setting out to find his lost child. So, in this manner, we can say it's a story of universal love and separation. Tagore's Kabuliwala is a deeply moving story which transcends cultures and the geography. It shows how human emotions, especially the love between a parent and child, are universal. The story is a testament to the fleeting nature of life and relationships. Yet, it also reminds us that kindness, love, and understanding can bridge even the greatest distances. The relationship between Minnie and Rahmat symbolizes innocence and warmth, while the bond between the two fathers, one father who is giving his daughter away, and another father who is longing to find his daughter, that shows the depth of paternal love. In the end, Kabuliwala lives with a sense of nostalgia and a profound realization that no matter where we come from, we all share the same fundamental emotions of love, longing, and the pain of separation. So, friends, this is how I have tried to summarize a very important story, very emotional story, Kabuliwala by Tagore, by Rabindranath Tagore. Hope you have liked this video. Please do write something in the comment box when you read this story. If you become emotional, please share your emotions in the comment box and subscribe the channel for the more videos. Like the channel, like the video, share the video to your friends, to your classmate. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned with Mukesh English.